Good morning. It's end of May. How's everybody doing? Turkey's Erdogan wins another term as president. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has won re-election, extending his increasingly authoritarian rule into a third decade as the country struggles with high inflation and the aftermath of an earthquake that killed thousands. In the election on May 28, 2023, Erdogan secured more than 52% of the vote 2 weeks after he fell short of victory in the first round of elections. In Istanbul and Ankara, Erdogan thanked the nation for entrusting him with the presidency for 5 more years. Interesting ですね。The only winner today is Turkey, he said, promising to work hard for Turkey's second century, which he called the Turkish century. The country marks its 100th-year anniversary this year. World leaders sent their congratulations, highlighting Turkey's enlarged role in global politics. His next term is certain to include more dedicated maneuvering with fellow NATO members over the future of the alliance and the war in Ukraine. Supporters of Erdogan took to the streets to celebrate, waving flags and chanting his name. But others aren't celebrating. Critics blame Erdogan's unconventional economic politics for skyrocketing inflation that has caused a cost of living crisis. Many also faulted his government for a slow response to the earthquake that killed over 50,000 people in February 2023. In his victory remarks, Erdogan said rebuilding the quake-affected cities would be his priority. Erdogan has been in power for 20 years, now 69 years old. Jeez. He is set to remain in power until 2028. Wow, that's long. The first half of Erdogan's tenure included reforms that allowed the country to begin talks to join the European Union and economic growth that lifted many out of poverty. But he later moved to suppress freedoms and the media and concentrated more power in his own hands, especially after a failed coup attempt. Erdogan's opponent, Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, has led the Republican People's Party since 2010. He campaigned on promises to reverse Erdogan's democratic backsliding, to restore the economy by reverting to more conventional politics, and to improve ties with the West. We will continue to be at the forefront of this struggle until real democracy comes to our country, he said in Ankara, thanking the more than 25 million people who voted for him. Discussion. What are your thoughts on Erdogan's re-election? Who are your country's longest surviving... What am I doing today? Who are your country's longest serving leaders? How long has your country's ruling party been in government? Have their politics during their time in power changed? What are the main criticisms your government has faced in recent years? What did your country's main opposition party campaign on in the last election? I don't even remember. Jeez. Further discussion. How close was the last election in your country? Who do you think will win the next election in your country? How closely do you follow European politics? Are you following any global political issue closely at the moment? What leaders do you have the most respect for? Have your opinion. I don't.